The difference between Greek yogurt and regular yogurt is that Greek yogurt is thicker and it's heavier and it's creamier because the whey has been removed. So today we're making Greek yogurt. We have made regular yogurt before on this channel. We have made how to make yogurt without an oven. Those videos are up. But today we are making Greek yogurt because it's just a nice alternative when you want something creamier, as I said, and heavier. Some people say it's healthier. I'll leave you to let me know in the comment section whether you think it's heavier. And the first step will be to warm our milk. This milk we bought, it's whole milk, and it was put in our fridge and in our freezer so that we use it throughout the week. And I'm making 5 liters of yogurt. And I'm making it from, I'll use about half a liter of natural Greek yogurt. If you watch my Walmart video, I was talking about how I bought this fantastic creamy yogurt called Chobani. It's Greek yogurt. It's the best yogurt, I think. And that's what we're going to be using to make this one. So I'm going to reheat my milk again. We had already heated this milk and boiled it completely before we put it in our freezer. We do that every week when we buy our milk. So right now I'm not going to boil it, but I just want to heat it to 82 degrees centigrade. And from there we are going to let it cool down to 46 before we put in our culture. So we're going to use this KitchenAid thermometer that we got from Walmart. But remember, if you watch the other videos, you'll see how to take the temperature without a thermometer. So we want it to be at 82. Once it gets to 82, then we let it come down to 46. All right, so let's see where we are at now. 81, 82, that's good enough. Now I want you to remember that this step is for you if you have not boiled your milk. Okay, I just wanted to do it so that you can see. If you already boiled your milk like us, ideally you're just going to warm it until 46 degrees centigrade. Okay, now for us, since we have shown you how to go about it, if your milk was not boiled, you can let it boil over, but minimum 82 degrees. Now we do the waiting part. Let it cool down to 46 before we put in our culture. Now sometimes if you put in your culture when it is too hot, the heat is going to kill your culture, and that's why sometimes the yogurt will come out looking runny like this. The heat kills the culture. Sometimes, again, if you put it when it's not hot enough, there's not enough warmth to activate the culture. So let's give it some time to cool down to 46 degrees, and then we put in our yogurt. Today we're not putting any sugar. We just want to make it nice and neat and plain for some parfaits or something else that you might have it with tomorrow. So I think we are there. 46 degrees, okay? So the only thing that's left to do is to put in our Greek yogurt. It should be plain, please. I'm not going to put all this, that's too much. Because normally for 5 liters of milk, we use half a liter. And this is a full liter. It's gonna make a splash. Let me just fetch it out. Yay! So I'm going to make sure it's well incorporated into the milk. So that's done. So all I need to do is to cover and then put this in the oven. I've decided to add cling film to this cover just to make it completely airtight. So that we have a better product. You know what I'm saying? And I still want to put the cover. Who is me? Whomst am I? Who is this girl? Yeah, all right. There we go. That's good, I like it. Yeah, nice and warm. That's good. It's a really nice warmth that you can put your hand in. All right. By the way, ideally you should leave the light of your oven on for at least the first 6 hours. For some reason our light just died, and I've just remembered the electrician was here like 2 days ago. I forgot to tell him. So anyway, it should still do. It's still been working. Our yogurts have still been coming out okay. I guess because the weather is quite hot, so it's generally like a warm situation anyway. So let's see you here back in 12 hours. So it's been a night and a day, because I made this last night, and now almost 24 hours, let's say. And let's see. Ooh, oh, our yogurt turned out. So let's see how thick our yogurt is. Let's see. Whoa, check that out, guys. Can you see how thick it is? Trying to scoop it up. Look, quite thick. Okay, so this is technically just normal yogurt, despite the fact that we used Greek yogurt to make it. Now, the difference between Greek yogurt and regular yogurt is that Greek yogurt has had the whey removed. The whey is the watery part of yogurt or milk. It's full of protein. I'm sure you've heard of whey protein. So what we do with Greek yogurt is we remove the whey part. And so I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide this into two. Part of it, I'll keep it as a regular yogurt, and then the rest we're going to make Greek yogurt so we can have options. So to remove the whey, I'm going to use this colander on top of this cooking pot, and then I'm going to use this some sort of muslin cloth or a cloth that can easily sieve something. Okay, so I'm just going to scoop it. So I think that's enough, and then we'll just keep it in our fridge. Just want to show you. You can see it's already started coming out, yeah? The rest of this yogurt just goes into this bottle, which we have recycled. Then it will stay in our fridge. It normally lasts for about 10 days in the fridge. Now, you can leave your yogurt to ferment for even 48 hours. But the longer it ferments, the more tang it has. It becomes a bit more sour depending on how long you ferment it. But putting it in the fridge stops the fermentation process. So let me store this, and then we'll give our Greek yogurt about 2 to 3 hours in the fridge for the whey to all come out. Then I'll show you the final product. So it's been about 5 hours. I honestly got carried away with mothering and dinner and stuff. But let me show you how our yogurt looks like. Most of the whey is out. Oh, that's pretty. That's a lot of whey actually. And we're not going to throw it away because it's full of protein. We can literally use it to cook rice, make smoothies and all that. It's good. Now let's look at the Greek yogurt itself. So look at this, guys. The smoothness is really different. It's at another level. You can't compare with the other one that we already put in a bottle. So this is our real Greek yogurt. So we're just going to put it in a bowl and then we enjoy. I'll show you how we're going to eat it. Can you see how heavy this is? This one you definitely have to just eat it with a spoon. You can't drink it like with a straw or anything. Can you see that? Look at that, guys. One of my most favorite way to have this Greek yogurt is to make overnight oats, which, you know, they are so healthy and so good for your tummy. So let me show you how I'm going to use this one. A scooper here to scoop out my oats. So I'll just take a bit of oats. And I've put it in my lunchbox because I can carry this to work tomorrow. And then I'll put in some blueberries. Because I mean, hello, you know. And some strawberries. Because again, hello. Blueberries because I don't have too much. And lastly, I'll sprinkle some honey on top in slow motion because and there you have it, guys. Now if you have tried to make yogurt before and maybe it turned out runny, you didn't know what went wrong, I've done a video explaining all the reasons why things might go wrong, and that's what you should watch next. So I'll see you over there.